Red alarm screamed as the containment doors began to melt. She slammed her clawed hands against the glass, breath sharp, pupils wide. The human stood inches away, unarmed, unrestrained, smiling, like a predator who already tasted victory. Her species knew humans by one truth. They devoured the weak. The cell shook again. Next came the sound of metal tearing. Something massive was forcing its way inside. She backed away, spine plates rising. This was how it ended. Captured, delivered, fed, to the human as a ritual of dominance. The galaxy whispered these stories. Humans ate fear. Humans ate flesh. The human turned when the ceiling cracked open. He did not look at her. That alone was wrong. A shadow dropped through the smoke. Razor limbs, mandibles dripping acid. The hunter caste had found them. It screeched and charged. She froze. The human moved. Fast, violent, impossible. He grabbed a fallen shock rod, jammed it into the creature mouth and overcharged it. Blue light exploded. The beast convulsed and collapsed in burning silence. The human stood between her and the corpse. Blood ran down his arm. He did not turn around. Another impact. The wall ruptured. More hunters poured in. The human said one word, "Run." She did not understand why she obeyed. They sprinted through flickering corridors. Sirens layered over screams. Each turn revealed more danger. Each door slammed shut just in time. She expected betrayal at every step. It never came. A blast threw them apart. She hit the floor hard. Pain flashed white. When her vision cleared, a hunter loomed above her, claws raised. This was it. The human crashed into the creature from the side, tackling it with raw force. Bones cracked. The hunter shrieked. The human took a blade through the side. He did not stop. He slammed the creature head into the floor again and again until it stopped moving. He collapsed beside her. She stared. Predators did not protect prey. She pushed herself up, shaking. The human looked small now, bleeding, breathing hard, vulnerable. She realized something terrifying. He could have eaten her already. He chose not to. Footsteps echoed, heavy, armored. The human dragged himself upright and placed himself in front of her again. Guards stormed the corridor. Weapons aimed. Orders shouted. The human raised his hands. She waited for him to offer her as a shield. He said, "Take her first." Silence fell. The guards hesitated. She felt the truth hit like gravity. Humans were not monsters. They were worse. They chose mercy. And whatever this human was, his story did not end here. It begins. Cold light flooded the hangar as restraint snapped into place. She stood trembling inside a containment ring, energy bands humming around her limbs. Across the deck, the human was forced to his knees. Blood pooled beneath him, dark and spreading. The guards shouted orders. Next came scanners, weapons, fear. She watched them circle him like scavengers. One officer raised a rifle and pressed it to the human head. She reacted before thinking. She screamed. The sound ripped through the hangar, sharp and alien. Everyone froze. The officer hesitated. The human looked up, eyes wide, shocked not by the gun but by her voice. She had never defended a predator before. The commander stepped forward, tall, armored, calm, his visor glowed as data streamed across it. He studied the human. "This one does not consume his captives," the commander said. "It reveals a flaw." The rifle pressed harder. The human did not beg. That made the room uneasy. A new alarm blared. Different tone, deeper, worse. Next came the impact. The station lurched violently. Lights flickered. Gravity stuttered. Something massive struck the outer hull. The commander cursed. "Raiders," someone shouted. "Void reavers." They were not here for prisoners. They were here to burn everything. Explosions rippled through the hangar doors. Smoke poured in. Screams followed. The guards broke formation. Chaos began. The energy bands around her flickered. The human saw it. He lunged. A guard fired, missed. The human slammed into the control pillar and tore cables free with his bare hands. Sparks erupted. The containment ring died. She fell forward. For a split second, she faced him freely for the first time. This was the moment she feared. The moment humans devoured. Instead, he grabbed her wrist and pulled her behind him. Again. The hangar doors blew inward. Reavers stormed through, armor black, eyes glowing red. They laughed as they killed. The human grabbed a fallen rifle and fired with brutal precision. Each shot dropped a raider. No hesitation, no mercy. She fought beside him, claws flashing, instincts unleashed. They moved as one. That realization terrified her more than the battle. A reaver captain charged, massive and roaring. The human stepped forward, shielding her without looking back. He took the hit meant for her. Armor shattered. Bone cracked. He screamed. She killed the captain in a frenzy of rage. When the smoke cleared, bodies littered the hangar. The human lay broken on the floor. She knelt beside him, chest tight, heart racing. "Why?" she demanded. "Why protect me?" He coughed blood and smiled faintly. "Because someone has to begin choosing differently." Sirens changed pitch. Evacuation protocols activated. The commander watched from across the hangar, visor dim. He realized the truth too late. This human was not weak. He was dangerous in a way the galaxy had forgotten, and this alliance was only beginning. Fire tore through the evacuation tunnel as bulkheads failed one by one. She dragged the human across the deck, muscles burning, claws slipping on blood and oil. Every step revealed another explosion behind them. Next came the sound of reavers closing in. The human was fading. His breathing stuttered. His eyes struggled to stay open. She felt panic rise like poison. This was wrong. Predators were not supposed to be fragile. Humans were legends, devourers, enders of worlds. Yet here he was, dying for her. A blast hurled them into a side chamber. The door slammed shut just in time. Darkness swallowed them. Emergency lights flickered on. She pinned him to the floor and scanned his wounds, deep, fatal by any standard she knew. His blood steamed against the cold metal. He reached for her arm. "Do not waste time," he said. "Leave." The words hit harder than any weapon. She refused. She tore open a medical crate and began sealing wounds with trembling hands. Every movement revealed another injury. His body looked like a battlefield. The station shook again. Something massive had breached the core. Overhead screens burst to life. The image revealed the truth. A reaver dreadform, ancient planet killer. Its presence alone crushed morale. The human forced himself upright. "That thing will not stop," he said. "It begins here." She stared at the screen, then at him. "You cannot fight that," she said. He smiled again, soft, certain. That is what it expects. He activated a console with shaking fingers. Files streamed across the screen, schematics, human markings. Warnings sealed in red. She saw it then. Humans did not devour flesh. They devoured impossible odds. This station was bait. The human had come here on purpose. The dreadform fired. The station cracked open. Vacuum roared through fractured walls. The human locked the chamber and began rerouting power. "What are you doing?" she demanded. "Ending this," he replied. The reactor beneath the station began to overload. Timers appeared. Red numbers counting down. Her mind raced. This would destroy everything, including him. She grabbed him and pulled him toward the escape shaft. He resisted. "If I leave, it follows," he said. "If I stay, it ends." She saw the truth in his eyes. This was not sacrifice. This was strategy. She struck him. Hard. He collapsed, stunned. She lifted him onto her back and sprinted for the shaft as alarms screamed louder. The countdown accelerated. Behind them, the dreadform revealed its full form, tearing through the station toward the reactor. She launched into the escape pod and sealed the hatch. The pod fired. The station detonated in blinding light. The shockwave swallowed the dreadform whole. Silence followed. The pod drifted. She looked down at the unconscious human. The galaxy had believed humans consumed others. The truth reveals something far more terrifying. Humans consume endings. Stars burned past the viewport as the escape pod drifted free. She thought it was over. That belief shattered when the human gasped. His eyes snapped open, focused, alert, alive. She recoiled in shock. "You should be dead," she said. He smiled faintly. Humans adapt. The pod shuddered. Next came a warning tone. Long-range sensors lit up. Something had survived. From the debris cloud, a signal pulsed. The dreadform core, not destroyed, transformed. It began to rebuild itself from scattered matter, pulling metal and energy inward like a forming god. She felt dread claw at her chest. The human dragged himself upright and stared at the screen. "It learned," he said. "That means it fears." He accessed the pod systems and opened a sealed channel. A symbol appeared, old, human, classified beyond the galaxy reach. The message sent itself. Signal received. The system replied. She stared at him. "What did you just do?" He met her gaze. "I called home." Space rippled. Next came thunder without sound. Human ships tore through reality, emerging like blades from the void. Not dozens, hundreds, each one bristling with weapons that bent physics. The dreadform reacted instantly. It fired. The shots vanished. The human fleet advanced. One ship transmitted a message across all frequencies. This ends now. The dreadform unleashed everything it had: energy storms, gravity waves, reality fractures. The human ships did not slow. They moved with calm precision, weapons firing in perfect sequence. Each strike carved away layers of the dreadform until its core was exposed. The human raised a control and pressed it once. A single weapon fired. Light folded inward. The dreadform collapsed into itself and vanished. Gone. Silence returned. She could not breathe. The human ships turned and formed a protective ring around the pod. A channel opened. "Report," a voice said. The human answered calmly. "Target neutralized. Civilian secured." Civilian. The word stunned her. The voice paused, then said, "Understood. Extraction begins." A human vessel docked with the pod. Medics rushed in, lifting the human onto a stretcher. They did not point weapons at her. They bowed. She froze. "Why are they doing that?" she whispered. The human looked at her, eyes soft. "Because you chose mercy too." The ship jumped to hyperspace. In the quiet that followed, she realized the galaxy truth had been wrong. Humans did not devour the weak. They devoured threats and protected those who chose to stand beside them. As the stars stretched into light, the human reached for her hand. "This was never about fear," he said. "It was about choice. The galaxy would learn. This was not the end. It begins."